So you know I'm heading out for vacation tomorrow, right after Mass in Princeton. I'm heading back to the old country, back to Long Island for a little spell, right? I'm flying out, right? You know they say that getting there is half the fun, right? Ah. Particularly these days, we head to the airport and we check in with a little trepidation, right? Every airline has a different little uh, procedure for getting on the plane, and you're hoping, you're praying, huh? That it's not double booked, right? Sometimes they'll overbook a flight, and you have that slim chance of getting stranded. So you get there and you wait for the gate call with a little trepidation, maybe more than a little trepidation. But of course, everybody is trying to get to the same place, at least on that one flight. You know, everybody's got their own destination in the end, but everybody is trying to get on the plane and get to their final destination. And so, sisters and brothers, it's we get a little anxious and we wonder about all these other people and what they're doing, and about whether the fact that they're trying to get to where they're going is going to impede our ability to get to where we're going. Huh. And it sounds like what we hear today, huh? The big question, Lord, will only a few people be saved? Will only a few people get to their final destination, huh? And you'll notice, my sisters and brothers, you'll notice that our Lord doesn't answer that question. He doesn't answer that question. He answers a different question. He answers the question that's more prescient, that's more important, that's more immediate. Strive to enter through the narrow gate. For many will attempt to enter, but will not be strong enough. Strive to enter the narrow gate. We hear, my sisters and brothers, we hear in the prophecy of Ezekiel how our Lord comes to gather many people to himself. To gather nations of every language so that they can come and see his glory. Gather the nations of every language so that we can come and see his glory. Strive to enter the narrow gate. Our Lord, my sisters and brothers, I would suggest to you, is recommending against getting too concerned about what other people will or will not be saved. Our Lord wants to save us, but all of us living a moral life, coming to find his mercy, his grace, his help in the sacraments, strive to enter the narrow gate. And if we do reach our final destination, our Lord suggests to us that we might be surprised at who we find there. Folks that strive despite what religion they practiced, what political party belonged to, what social class they belonged to, what their occupation was. Oh, my sisters and brothers, we are invited as we strive to that final destination, to the kingdom of heaven, to enter the narrow gate and prepare to be surprised. And worry more, maybe worry is the wrong word. Focus our attention more on our cooperation with God's grace, with his discipline, and to not disdain the discipline of the Lord, although all discipline seems unpleasant, but brings peaceful fruit of righteousness to those of us who are trained in it. My sisters and brothers, we find ourselves navigating through the two temptations of being focused on who will or will not be saved. On the one hand, sisters and brothers, there is a temptation to fall into despair, to assume nobody's going to be saved, and so we can't be saved. And the other end of the spectrum, as serious, the sin of presumption, assuming that everybody's going to be saved. And so we are automatically going to be saved. We strive to enter the narrow gate and open our perception and be surprised, because of course some who are last will be first, and some who are first will be last. I'll see you in 2 weeks. Praise be Jesus Christ, now and forever.